Hi, Gaye DeRusso, the Majestic rider. Here today with, what's your name? With Flyboy. So you want to be very clear when you graze your horse, because some of them get confused and then they keep dragging you around places. So you want to be very clear when you tell them to graze and when you tell them not to graze. That's what he's trying to do, and I'm yanking on the rope right now. So what I'm going to do is take him over here so you can see, and when I'm going to say okay and drop the rope when I want him to graze, and when I don't want him to graze, I'm going to swing this around me very hard if he won't get his head back up. If that won't work, I might tap him in the legs with it. And I'm going to do it until he's sure that I'm sure that he's not going to eat grass anymore. So with horses, the reason they keep trying stuff is most of the time you are not being clear and you're not being consistent. So you want to be clear and consistent every single time so they're not dragging you over to the grass. So here we go. Okay. So he has a clear cue when he can eat grass because I dropped the rope and I said okay. Okay, now I'm going to ask him to stop. Up. Now I never even hit him. I swung this around me very hard, but the reason I did that is because he kept trying to put his head down. So let's see. So now we're just going to stand on the grass and not let him eat. And I'm going to watch the camera, but I can see him out of the corner of my eyes. Now, you might get bruises because a lot of people don't want to hit the horse. So I'm hitting myself, and that will give you bruises. So every time his head gets a little bit lower, I'm going to ask him to bring it back up so he's not as tempted, because the lower his head, the more he's tempted. It's like me going to eat a bowl of chocolate. If I get my face in it, guess what? I'm going to eat it. So he's doing the same thing. Now I'm going to walk away, have him graze again, give him a couple minutes, and then ask him to pick his head up. Now that time I did tap him because he got his head too low. So again, I have to be consistent that you're not eating until I tell you to eat. The whole problem is lots of people let the horse drag them over, or they're talking to their friends and then they just let go of the rope. They have no cue or anything. So the horse doesn't understand. It just understands when he gets to that grass, it's going to eat it. So you have to be very clear. Right now he's trying to stay out of my space because I just tapped him in the nose. All right, you ready to go for grass? And they won't hate you. They'll actually like you a lot more when you give them clear cues and they understand you. Okay. So same thing, I dropped the rope, I said okay. Up. So I'm saying up when I want his head to come back up. Now we're going to stand here, okay? Now normally I would let him eat longer, but I'm not because the camera's on. And so every time he tries, see, he's thinking about trying. I'm really going to wing this towards him so he's sure that I'm saying no. Remember, I'm not holding his head up. I'm not preventing him. I just told him no with my actions, and then it's up to him if he wants to try it again. Good boy. So each time he tries, I make it harder. And what I'm saying is apparently I wasn't clear to you and you didn't understand. So let me reinstate what I'm saying. No. And I mean it. The clearer you are, the more they understand, the happier they are. The less you're clear, the less the horse understands. It gets very confused. And then it doesn't know who's the leader, who's in charge, who do we follow, what are we doing here? Very confused. So see, now he's not trying to put his head down. But if he does, it's okay. He just got here. And so I'm just trying to give him the new rules. Like here, you don't eat grass unless Gaye tells you you can eat grass. And then if she says no, she really means no. So now he's just standing here, okay? So I think you get the idea. Be clear with your horse. You don't have to hit them. You can hit yourself. You're just creating energy around you to get them to stop. But each time they do something, make it harder and harder so they truly understand what you mean. So when you say no, it really means no. See, he's on a loose rope, but I didn't drop it. It's not on the ground. That's the cue for him to eat. I think he understands. Hope that helps you to be reminded. Oh, so you thought about it. That you want to be clear with your horse, show them the rules, show them what their job is supposed to be, and they'll be much happier at their new home. All right, hope that helps. And remember, like and subscribe so I keep the videos coming.